A very good evening to all our viewers. We are coming to you live from the University of Colombo grounds. This is the second quarter final happening for the day. Will be the University of Kelaniya taking on the University of Moratuwa. And it will shape up to be quite an entertaining match, this one. Because we had a one-sided affair in the first quarter final of the day. University of Papare just bulldozing through the University of Ruhuna. And here's the kickoff.
Moratuwa returning the boot early on. Bilal, that earlier fixture was quite a fiery encounter. Tempers running hot on a couple of occasions. He is hoping that neither of these two sides will waste any time on frivolity.
It's important that neither of those teams do that, because it takes the focus away from the game, Arvind, because even previously we saw, once there were a few altercations not governed by the laws of rugby, the quality of the game also dropped just that little bit. So these two teams will be hoping that they'll be having a clean game here. A physical contest, nevertheless, and here's the University of Kelaniya making their way forward now.
Oh, good use of that back line, looking for support play, picking the gap beautifully. Gains a couple of important meters, breaching that 40. Again with the quick start, the winger number 15.
Here's Kelaniya now. Options to the right. Sakit Pereira. Sakit Pereira gets that pass on to his number 7. Chamat Rodrigo. Unfortunately, just ball trickling out of play there.
Yes, indeed. Early on, University of Kelaniya making a couple of inroads into Moratuwa territory. The lads in the dark grey and white bands, all the way from Katubedda. Fumbles that one, but ultimately retains possession. Big centre going for the hit, maintaining ground, just a couple of yards away. Goes for the big boot. Here's the number 15. Once again, University of Kelaniya. He's got a quick pair of boots on him. Gets past 3 defenders. Brilliant footwork there from Sakit Pereira. Gains incredible yardage here for Kelaniya. They've smelled the blood in the water.
Looking for an early score is the University of Kelaniya, but not to be the case. Double movement is the call from the ref.
Yeah, lack of composure in that final 10-15 meters for Kelaniya. University of Moratuwa under the pump a bit earlier than they would have liked. Kelaniya were successful in making their way to the semi-finals in last year's inter-university games. That's a good touch finder to get themselves out of danger here. Kelaniya with the throw-in. It will be the hooker, Sachit Kumar. Taruka Mahaliyanage with the throw-in for Moratuwa. That's a long lob. Well collected. They work the line. The big centre once again. Popping it off. 2-second centre. Well contested that scrum. The ruck rather. Kelaniya overturning possession. Big forwards coming into the game now. Sakit Pereira finding space down that blindside corner. Good support play between these boys.
Here's Lochana Vijay Surya. Massive run forward. Drawing around 3 defenders there. And that will be a high tackle is the call from the referee. Moratuwa number 13. Binat Pereira guilty of that.
Okay, play on.
And play on is the call. They've managed to keep that ball in. And doesn't do much with that. Just passes the ball forward there. Arvin did brilliantly to keep that ball in play. But advantage now once again on the side of University of Moratuwa. A scrum in the red zone.
An opening here for Kelaniya. Sakit Pereira has looked dangerous when he has joined the line.
Yeah, he's the vice captain from the previous year, Sakit Pereira.
The big number 8, Shakil Hasimdin, breaking off, but now Mora with possession.
First release the player. Release the player.
The ref calling that the player should be released. Penalty goes the way of Moratuwa. So a few mistakes creeping in these opening minutes of the game, Arvin.
Yes, absolutely. And Kelaniya will rue the opportunity gone begging. Number 13 giving chase to the ball. That's gone a long, long way. And the referee correctly giving the call. That was the number 13, the right centre, Binat Pereira. Or rather, Binat Pereira just giving chase a long, long way. Unlucky, but an opening for Moratuwa, who suddenly find themselves deep in the other half for the first time in this fixture. Halfback gives it away. Works the line here. He's looking for space. Support play.
First knock on. Second knock on. Blue ball.
First knock on by the player from the University of Moratuwa.
Bilal, something that can go underappreciated is the fact that even though we are dealing with only a slight shortening of the game with 30 minutes a half, that can have profound consequences as full time rolls in. Kelaniya and Moratuwa both need to be looking to score a couple of tries very, very early on. Here's the halfback Chamara Pereira for Kelaniya with the feed in. Again, the big number 8 breaks through, gains a couple of meters. They've looked good on the press, but gives it away. Oh dear. Rookie mistake there. Forward pass from the lanky number 13 from Moratuwa. That's Nitika Senaratna. Sun coming down hard now.
Time off.
And the referee will have a word with his assistant on the line. Referee making sure that there aren't any of the spectators inside the playing area.
Time on.
Play will resume once again. Ball in the hands of Chamara Pereira.
Number 8 not breaking away this time. Fly off with a massive up and under. Moratuwa doing well to keep their hands on it. Has tons of pace on that run.
Once again, another ball handling error that results in Moratuwa conceding territory to the University of Kelaniya. Once again, good kick there by Sakit Pereira, an experienced campaigner and a definitive cog in this Kelaniya outfit, having played for St. Thomas's a few years ago. He'll be bringing in his wealth of experience here, and it's Sakit Pereira, the first receiver. Sakit passes it on to the line, and now all they have to do is draw in those defenders.
Unfortunately, Manuga Jaidu and Binath Pereira unable to negotiate the rapid pace of that line work. That center and Sakit Pereira combo, when Pereira joins the line from the back, has been a thing of beauty, but unfortunately that winger coming undone, giving Moratuwa the time to come up on defense.
Good rush defense from the University of Moratuwa as well, not allowing the number 14 to get that get his hands free for that pass. Doing well again, getting that number 8 down. Moratuwa looking for the clearance. Will they get it out this time? No. They go for a crossfield clearance there, and Moratuwa, or rather University of Kelaniya, making a hash of it.
Yeah, unfortunately doesn't have nimble hands like they did. 11 minutes gone now. Both sides having a very topsy-turvy game. Kelaniya looking the better of the two outfits so far. It's a relatively virgin game. Moratuwa yet to come into their own.
University of Kelaniya doing everything right, but just failing in that final flourish. Here's Moratuwa breaking off. He'll place the ball on the ground and gain a few more meters there. Moratuwa now once again in the Kelaniya half, and this time they'll want to capitalize. It looks like they're playing with a bit more rhythm as well. Here's Moratuwa once again, getting their forwards now into the thick of things.
Moratuwa building up a couple of phases here. The winger creating a little space for himself, cutting back into the pocket.
Almost at the 22 now, still going forward, and this is brilliant from them. They're just creating a few phases of play here as well, but right as we say that, Arvin, that ball is knocked forward.
Yeah, unfortunately, completely going against the state of play. Moratuwa looked incredibly settled and were building up phases one after the other. Just slow and steady play from Moratuwa. Unfortunately, the big lad in black and white unable to get his hands onto it and hold on to the ball in time. Kelaniya with an opportunity to now get out of trouble. Kelaniya, of course, were able to come into the semi-finals in last year's tournament, but ultimately it is this year's host team, the University of Colombo, that won the tournament in 2024 and 2025. So far they have had a dominant showing with their fixture planned for tomorrow at the University of Colombo grounds as well. Here's Kelaniya with the feed in. Rashid Bhimsara.
Once again, it's Sakit Pereira in that fly-half position. And it looks like whenever Kelaniya are on the attack, they prefer having that man in their line. And while on defense, he'll be playing that number 15 role, that fullback role, making sure that no one gets past him.
Step back, both sides.
Once again, Moratuwa at the 50-meter line. Ball in hand. We'll have to make something out of this.
Okay.
Going for a short one there. Big tackle coming in from the University of Kelaniya.
Okay, stay back.
You just have to make sure they build some faces now.
Backward.
And here's an opportunity. It's a race for the line. And will the University of Kelaniya be the first ones to score? Yes, it is. Off of broken play there. It's the number 10.
Rashid Bhimsara giving chase and incredible composure.
White captain, number 13.
Good swivel.
Captain and 13.
Just giving chase and capitalizing on that ball handling error for Moratuwa and completely against the state of play. University of Kelaniya now up by 5 points.
I want.
Bhimsara with the boot.
Dr. Rano.
Not too difficult an assignment for him. Wind
You can play.
Creating.
Start करने बे. Left side ले.
Yes, indeed, a successful conversion for Rashid Bhimsara and the University of Kelaniya. Here's the replay. Bhimsara was the man who had the read on the ball. A lesser player would have come down hard on it, tried to retain possession. But Bhimsara just a caliber above, booting it and giving chase, giving Kelaniya important points and drawing first blood in this quarter-final.
Creating something out of nothing there, the University of Kelaniya. And will that go out of play? Seems like just a mistake from UK. Or is it?
Ball in goal लगा तुले. Come.
Will be a center scrum is the call from the referee.
On track. In goal kick off here. Center scrum. In goal लगा तुले. ये लिवर है बोल. In goal लगा तुले game pass. Come in.
टाइम किए
Five. Set. Play on, ball out.
Here's Pereira making inroads. Pereira slicing through.
Yeah, Pereira just showing his pedigree when joining that back line, completely picking apart those gaps in defense. Ball handling errors here from both sides, costing them valuable phases. Slowly but surely, just around 20 minutes of play have come and gone. University of Kelaniya.
Okay, ball is out, play.
Moratuwa running down the wing, unable to pass it on. And Kelaniya overturning possession. Can they build up a couple of phases here? Big forwards, they haven't really put their mark on the game as of yet. Joining the fray now. They've been more than happy to let Sakit Pereira cover the distance for them. They've been good with the boot. That's gone a long, long way. And Kelaniya do very, very well to give themselves a fighting chance.
That's a 50-22 from Sakit Pereira as well. Brilliant, brilliant awareness from him to go into that open space there across the ground. And the University of Kelaniya with an advantage now. Will be interesting to see if they do go for the maul here. They do have some big forwards within their ranks. And that's exactly what they do. The maul inching forward slowly but surely towards that try line. Will this be the second try for the University of Kelaniya? It's been brought down. Going towards the line, Sakit Pereira off to the number 12. Good defense there. And that will be the second try. Quick thinking. It's Chamar Pereira, the scrum half for the University of Kelaniya, who will come away with that. That penalty was given for the illegal collapsing of the scrum. And Chamar Pereira seeing that space, just getting that quick tap and running forward, almost unstopped.
Yeah, complacent there from University of Moratuwa. You can't afford to have slip-ups like that. That's Rashid Bimsar once again, the fly half for Kelaniya with the boot. He's been successful once before. He will have to be once more.
Last 10.
Good attempt, but just goes a little wayward on the angle there. Thunderclouds rolling in now must be a welcome sight for both these sides. Must be admitted, will be a welcome sight for us in the production tent as well.
And it feels like this game is going the same way the previous one did. If Moratuwa don't strike back now, they're looking down the barrel of defeat here. Good chase.
Ball is available.
To stop Kelaniya in their ranks.
Yeah, the big forwards for Kelaniya now joining the fray, building up a couple of phases. That is a good box. Unfortunately, Moratuwa unable to collect it cleanly, but the winger.
No, release it. Release. You're on the ground. First release. Your hands on the ground, boys.
The dying minutes of the game, the University of Moratuwa now with the opportunity to strike back here. They'll have to capitalize on this. They have visited the red zone a couple times before. They've not come away with any points. They'll want to change that narration this time, setting up the maul. Good maul defense from the University of Kelaniya. And doing extremely well to push that back. And push that back legally as well. Ball available is the call from the referee. Once again, it's the forwards making some meters and playing under advantage now. Line offside is the call.
Oh, Moratuwa playing a brilliant pick and go defense here. Game here. The defense for Kelaniya just coming undone. Just a little bit. They look bunched up. But the big forwards for Moratuwa, can they come down hard on the whitewash, just inches away? Brilliant defense under the sticks here from Kelaniya. Can they hold out a little bit more? The big forwards once more for Moratuwa. Referee not yet giving them the privilege of blowing the whistle. It's pandemonium. Relief at long last. For Moratuwa, it's the number 5, the right lock, Shanuka Silva, picking a vacant space just outside the sticks, and Moratuwa finally throwing a counter punch. It's Vishwapatirana who has been surgical with the boot for Moratuwa.
But not this time. Conversion goes astray. However, they cut down the deficit by 5 points. University of Moratuwa before going into halftime will be crucial for them going forward. Getting some points on the board before Lemons. And really good awareness from the number 5 as well to just go into open space. Lagging behind a tiny bit there. The University of Kelaniya defenders.
Yeah, Kelaniya's defense not really being tested before that specific moment. They looked particularly vulnerable to being bunched up. And here Silva with the restart, well collected by the try scorer for Moratuwa, passing it back deep, choosing to make contact with that line. Meters being made for Moratuwa here, finding their mojo a little bit, working the win now, cutting back in, trying to make space for himself and that winger. Support play coming in good ruck setup, holding on to possession, building up phases now. Moratuwa crossing that 50 now. They've got a long way to go, but longer still. Kelaniya now with possession. Just a couple of minutes left before we go into Lemons. Kelaniya will be asking questions of their defense. Scrum being awarded or not.
It's a free kick since there was a delay in setting up that scrum, and the University of Moratuwa now will want to cut down the deficit once again, and hands in the ruck.
Yeah, Kelaniya now getting a little careless now. 2 penalties on the trot that they've conceded. Moratuwa, here's a fly off. Vishwapatirana once again gains a lot of meters on that one, passing the 22. Kelaniya will have the throw in, of course, but nonetheless under the pump here now. Just 2 minutes of play left Anatika. Moratuwa with the throw in, with an opportunity here. Will the forwards? Oh, that's completely overcooked, that one. Kelaniya gets their hands on it after Moratuwa makes a hash of it.
Okay, ball is available. You can play.
Trying to build some phases here.
Get back.
That's a good one. Good box. Moratuwa choosing to reply in kind. Got a little game of tennis going on here. Working the backs now. Kelaniya, those big forwards showing surprisingly nimble hands. They've made a really good showcase for themselves, but unfortunately knocking the ball on. Small silly errors here for both sides, costing them valuable meters, valuable phases. Bilal,
costing them the momentum as well, which is so important in this game of rugby, as is in any sport.
Indeed, and the shorter the time on the clock, the more important that word momentum is. And that being said, we've got just around 1 minute left on our clock before we go to lemons. Of course, the referee's whistle will call it, but Kelaniya will be looking to hold Moratuwa at bay and hold on to that 7-point lead and extend it if possible.
Moratuwa have been quite good with the number 8 break. Always, whenever they go for that option, they've gained some meters. And
Patirana with the boot, and here's his counterpart. Doesn't get a ton of meters doing Moratuwa's work for them, but Kelaniya now with an opening tries to put the afterburners on. Has he been bundled into touch? It's a play on for Moratuwa. Patirana with a good box that plays laterally. Kelaniya taking their time to give chase. Now phases being built up and disrupted by both sides. Huge corridor of space being set up for Kelaniya here. Can they make the run? Cutting back in. Wise call there as Moratuwa show up their defense. Working the line. Halfback throws it to the big number 4. Oh dear.
How many times have we seen this, Arvin? And that will be the call for half-time as well. Surely could have added a few more points, both these teams, in this first half, if not for those handling errors.
Certainly considerable pedigree being shown by both sides, but unfortunately consistency has been lacking in those build-up phases for both these sides. But we will have half-time confirmation for you folks, and that is Kelaniya on top 12-5. Moratuwa clapping back, coming down hard on the whitewash with a try of their own. And with that, folks, we will be going into a short commercial break, and after it we hope to bring you all the live action of the second half of the scintillating inter-university rugby matchup. Stay tuned with us.
උණුසුම් තරංගාවලිය පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2 The Papare 2 HD Dialog Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලිය පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2, The Papare 2 HD, Dialogue Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement. 6 matches, endless passion, and 2 proud nations. Sri Lanka women take on Pakistan women in a thrilling white ball showdown. 3 ODIs, 3 T20 internationals. Pakistan Women's Tour of Sri Lanka 2026. Witness the battle from 23rd July to 4th August. Live on the Papare 2, the Papare 2 HD. Dialogue Play. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2, The Papare 2 HD, Dialogue Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2, The Papare 2 HD, Dialogue Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports.
තරඟ 6ක් ආඩම්බර ජාතීන් 2ක් එක් උණුසුම් තරඟාවලියක් පාකිස්තාන කාන්තා කණ්ඩායමේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංචාරය 2026 එක් දින තරඟ 3ක් 2020 ජාත්‍යන්තර තරඟ 3ක් ජූලි 23 වෙනිදා සිට අගෝස්තු 4 වෙනිදා දක්වා The Papare 2, The Papare 2 HD, Dialogue Play සහ thepapare.com ඔස්සේ සජීවීව නරඹන්න.
Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action, feel the excitement. 6 matches, endless passion, and 2 proud nations. Sri Lanka women take on Pakistan women in a thrilling white ball showdown. 3 ODIs, 3 T20 internationals. Pakistan Women's Tour of Sri Lanka 2026. Witness the battle from 23rd July to 4th August. Live on the Papare 2. The Papare 2 HD. Dialogue play. Elevate your game with the Papare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to the Papare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement.
Welcome back, folks, and a good evening to you. It's Arvin and Bilal joining you in live coverage of the Inter-University Rugby Championship 2026. Is the second quarter-final of the day for you. These are the highlights of the first half. University of Kelaniya going up against University of Moratuwa. It was the number 10, the fly half Rasid Bimsara, who did the scoring for the University of Kelaniya, and then their halfback going in unopposed to score their second try of the evening. But in the dying moments of that first half, the big number 5 for University of Moratuwa coming in with an all-important try. That was Shanuka Silva. And things have already restarted. Bilal, Kelaniya with a slim 7-point lead will have a lot of work to do. Here's Moratuwa making a huge lateral run. Good grubber. Lays low, but is bundled right around the 50 meter. That centre line has seen a lot of action.
Definitely has, Arvin.
Here's number 2 for Kelaniya. Sachit Kumar with the throw in, but Kelaniya now looking to build a couple of phases now. Good counteracting of the defense, but ball handling errors coming plenty for both sides and paying dearly for it.
Once again, it's that same duo who make that mistake. We saw that happening so many times in the first half as well, a couple of times in the first half, and it's crucial that your winger and that duo has to be on song, because the line does all of the hard work, the forwards do all of the hard work of making sure they draw in the defenders, and you want your wing to use that scathing pace and go forward.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, when you're talking about your winger, you really have only one word in your job description, and that's pace. But here's the big number 5 for Moratuwa, the point scorer, intercepting the ball, and Moratuwa now with an opening to draw level here. They look comfortable with just making contact. The big forwards making plenty of meters here. Now just a couple of feet away from that whitewash, making lateral runs here now. Being held up is the call.
It's the first man.
Very welcome reprieve here for Kelaniya, who get out of a jail free card. But yeah, Kelaniya, when they've been put under the pump defensively, certainly you could make the statement that they have not looked very robust. That's gone a long way. Moratuwa with possession in hand chooses to make the run down the wing, not creating too much space for that winger.
And ball has been knocked forward is the call from the referee. So once again, those handling errors just killing the momentum of the game. These referees also making sure that they keep play as fluid as possible, but they do need the help of these players to do that. Just a few mistakes creeping in, and perhaps because it is the first of the few competitive matches these teams are playing as well. The second quarter final in this inter-university rugby championship. Knockout games, of course. Good work by the scrum there. Pereira once again looking for that 50-22 and will roll away into the 22, but will be stopped short before it trickles out of play. But brilliant net advantage there. Net ground covered for the University of Kelaniya. Once again, long, deep kick. Moratuwa having nothing to do but kick it out of play, as they didn't have many numbers back. And also, in that red zone, they wouldn't want to languish there for too long.
Yes, indeed. Here's Sajid Kumar with the throw-in.
A little line-out ploy here. And they go for that second pod. And peel in. Sajid Kumar making his way forward, just bulldozing through, gets an offload as well into the hands of the scrum half, who will go into contact, who will go down. But valuable meters by this duo. Here's Pereira with the feed in.
Yeah, brilliant set piece from Kelaniya to completely hoodwink Moratuwa. Sajid Kumar doing most of the hard work here. It's up to the forwards and company to get the job done well within the red zone. Moratuwa now putting up a good spot defense here. They look a little bunched up, but now distributing ranks. The big forwards, the prop forward for Kelaniya, Imalsa Rukshan, making important meters. Here's Pereira quickly throwing it in. That number 10, the fly half unable to hold on to the pass off of Pereira. Rachit Bhimsara will regret not being able to hold on to that one. Kelaniya, if there is one huge deficit in their game, it's that inability of that backline to hold on to momentum and keep the chain going all the way towards the wing.
Definitely feels like Pereira is carrying the weight of that backline there in that number 15 jersey. And if Kelaniya do want to stay consistent throughout this tournament, they'll want the others to rise to the occasion as well. Here's that number 8 break once again, making meters. He's stopped, but not before. He has made some valuable meters. Looking for that clearance. Will this go out of play? No, it doesn't. Instead, goes right towards the ground into the hands of Pereira. Here's Pereira now. Pereira slicing forward, little bit of a dummy, still going is Pereira.
Yeah, breaks the defender's angle there, Pereira, and makes plenty of space. Now, once again, within the 22, Kelaniya doing very well to hold on to possession here. Have to build up a couple of phases here. Surely those forwards have been able to break ranks. Rachit Bhimsara this time holding it in. Brilliant tandem play between the fly half and the centre.
Malindu Kumar Siri in that number 12 jersey, making sure he secures that ball. Banuka Bandara with the carry.
Yeah, that halfback will be looking for options. Moratuwa shoring up their defense. Long cutout pass. Unfortunately, handling errors time and time again. Surprise booking for Moratuwa. Yeah, but I think we'll need a replay to see exactly what that infringement was that cost Moratuwa, one of their players, going into the sin bin. But now a man short and 7 points behind.
Well, they'll want to drive this advantage home now. Perhaps one too many mistakes creeping in.
On the line, on the line, on the line, on the line. Okay. It's a
And here's the University of Kelaniya. And all they have to do is place it down, and that's exactly what they do. They'll score 5 more points. And now Moratuwa under a bit of pressure in this second half with just around a quarter of the game to go.
Yeah, one of the big lads for Kelaniya failing to get back up after that try was scored. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But Kelaniya looking to run away with the game now. It's Rasid Bimsara once again with the boot. This is going to be a fine angle for him, and a bit of a tough assignment as well. He'll be kicking from the 22.
Time off.
Here's the replay of that try. Good line out and good maul formation as well. The University of Moratuwa just being caught unaware, not being able to put numbers forward there, Moratuwa.
Yeah, Bimsara just checking the wind there with the rain clouds picking up. That's not an unimportant factor here. Bit of a crosswind coming in.
Yeah, these two teams would be quite glad that the rain hasn't come pouring down, because there have been enough handling errors without the rain as well.
Indeed. Once more, not successful with that conversion attempt. Nevertheless, University of Kelaniya with an imposing and essential 12-point lead over Moratuwa. You can't help but think, Bilal, that this is a matter of circumstance here. Moratuwa on a couple of occasions looked very, very threatening, just unable to hold on and execute till the very end. But of course, Kelaniya would have a much more dominant scoreline if they were able to reduce on their handling errors as well. So things to look at once that full-time whistle does blow. Around 20 minutes of play left on our clock. Moratuwa returning the favor. Doesn't get huge yardage on that one, but nonetheless they dig themselves out of pressure here.
Taken quickly there.
Yeah, good intercept.
No.
Ball charged down by the University of Moratuwa, and they come away with it. They win themselves a penalty, and they'll take it quickly. But the referee called themselves towards the mark, a little too enthusiastic on that occasion, Arvin.
Yes, indeed. Will they go for the touch finder here? They are calling in the services of Patirana once again. They'll be looking to set up that pod. Moratuwa now with an opening here to cut back on the deficit. This is as big of an opportunity as it is going to get for Moratuwa.
Yeah, we haven't seen Moratuwa playing in this half of Kelaniya a lot in the second half. Into the red zone, Moratuwa will be looking to come away with points. Five-man line out here. They go short. Looking for a set piece play that doesn't go their way. However, they retain the ball but do concede a few meters. Here's Moratuwa now. Kelaniya will have to make sure their fringe defense is good. It is their fringe defense that has just allowed Moratuwa previously as well to go over that whitewash.
Indeed, and Moratuwa, their bullet going through that shield on more than a couple of occasions now. Kelaniya look a little bunched up once again, just expending all of their energy. That line, if they can work it, this is an opportunity for them. Can the number 14 come down hard? And they do. Brilliant presence of mind from the University of Moratuwa. That's the right winger, Kanilka Dharmadasa, who puts on the boots and puts on a massive sprint down that wing to complete the job for Moratuwa.
15 more minutes on the clock is the call from the referee. 7-point lead right now. And if they can get this through those sticks, the University of Moratuwa will be looking at a 5-point game.
Yeah, unfortunately, wind working against the kicker here. Here's Patirana. He's looked good with the boot. Unfortunately, I think he had the angle on that one, just didn't get enough coverage to get it across the crossbar. But now with a deficit of just 7 points, Kelaniya will go back into that footage room and ask themselves, where was that coverage down the wing, that fringe defense, like you said, Bilal, being their undoing.
Moratuwa doing the basics right this time. We've seen a couple of these teams who have played in this tournament so far just making that pass a little too early, but at that point just drawing the defender, making that pass and holding on ever so slightly is the University of Moratuwa after that kickoff. Looking for that clearance, will go right into the hands of the number 15. They have a reliable number 15. Will put it into space once again. The chase is on. The chase is on, and the University of Moratuwa player is forced to take that in. And the referee will just have a conversation, perhaps for a late tackle. Yes, that's exactly what he calls it, late charge from the number 11. Well, a waste of an opportunity there. And he finds some yardage, a bit of a difficult angle, push it further. He does quite well. Back into possession of the ball, University of Moratuwa. Crowds also rolling in for this game. Latter part of the day. The sun not being as harsh as it was throughout the day. Huge benefit for these two teams and for drawing in these supporters as well.
That's a crooked throw from Moratuwa.
What do you want?
Just under 15 minutes of play left on the clock. Kelaniya will have a job to do here. They have to hold on to this gap. Moratuwa have looked increasingly threatening. The Sharks now spelling the blood in the water. A 7-point deficit.
Seven points, Arvin. Not a lot, especially with around at least 10 minutes on the clock. Kelaniya will have to strike back and strike back fast here, making some valuable meters now. Sakit Pereira playing the role of the halfback, and here's the huge number 1, Imal Sharukshan, former DSN Anayaka player, who has done extremely well for Kelaniya today as well. Sachit Kumar.
Good line work here. Now Pereira looking for himself to make the winning run. Making plenty of meters. Just a couple of meters away from finishing the job.
Manuga with a scathing run there into the red zone. Here's Pereira. Pereira to the number 8 and open. And they go through right over the try line, and they will extend their lead here, Arvin.
Yeah, brilliant cut back in from Pasindu Vijayasurya in the heat of the moment, having that state of mind, that presence, that composure to know he was going to get crowded down in the wing. Vijayasurya not wasting any time, relaying instructions for Rasid Bhimsara to get it right. Easy assignment for him, courtesy of Vijayasurya's placement. Kelaniya doing themselves the favor of extending that lead. Overcooks the angle on that one. Rasid Bhimsara, he's not had the best day with the boot, but will be a quick restart for these boys. It's 22-10. Pereira, that was a brilliant pass. And number 8, in fact, his was a tad bit more impressive for me. Just cutting back in, giving space for Vijayasurya to make that run.
Yeah, Shakil Hasimdin drawing around 3 defenders there on that occasion, and as a result, that corner being relatively free, devoid of any defenders, and all the number 6 had to do was just skip past a couple and go over that line. Moratuwa now with the restart.
Time on.
Go flat and go deep.
It's a boot.
The ball
No, back.
touching the boot of that player.
Yeah, ball is available.
Not the cleanest of restarts from Kelaniya. Not what they would have wanted either. University of Moratuwa now back in the Kelaniya red zone. This game a much more competitive one than the previous one we saw, Arvin. Previous one a lot more one-sided. Papare drove that advantage home, but Moratuwa with a fight back here now, and this is exactly what you want to see from a game of rugby as well. Just going on until that final whistle. And here's Moratuwa once again. Silky hands, but taken down.
Kelaniya's defense once more will be tested by Moratuwa. Hopefully there will be lessons learned here. Kelaniya just failing that rush defense just a little bit. Not looking as bunched up now, but failing to advance. Not letting go of the ball is the call. Hands in the ruck rather.
Pereira will do the needful. Put it into touch. Few more minutes left in this game here now. University of Moratuwa looking at a steep lead of 14 points established by Kelaniya. 24 points to their name in this second quarter final of the day. We'll be having 2 more tomorrow here at the University of Colombo premises as well, as the university rugby season has begun. Yesterday also, Arvin, we saw some competitive matches, and this time it looks like that will be a yellow card for a high tackle, and it will be the newly brought in player, the number 25 Sahan Jayatilaka of the University of Moratuwa, who will be sent to the sin bin there.
Yeah, they've received a couple of marching orders on a couple of occasions here.
Just making sure the player isn't concussed and that he's fit to continue playing. That's the number 8, Shakil Hasimdin.
Yeah, sorry there, Bilal, but he was instrumental. He's been cleared for duty in these last couple of minutes for this game. Hasimdin has been very good for Kelaniya. Restart, and it will be Pereira who takes it.
Pereira almost looking for a cheeky little restart there. He's sent his wingers chasing after that ball, having positioned himself to just fox the opponents into thinking that he was kicking the other way. A flighted delivery that unfortunately goes out of play, but they'll still retain possession, and here they go once again. Lochana with a good strong carry.
Yes, indeed. And now Moratuwa finding themselves unable to make their way to the other end of the wing. The number 2 making a brilliant fast-paced run. Now good interplay. Here's the big number 26 making the run, trying to hand it off. Unfortunately, mishandling the ball there.
And it looks like play will be stopped as well. The number 26, as soon as he went to the ground there, Arvin, he didn't look quite all right. His head just knocking the ground a little too hard. Kelaniya will be hoping he's all right. Here's the replay. Not a pretty fall there. There you go. Just bumping the back of his head.
Not a pretty sight by any measure, but He's back on his feet now. Now being tested for a concussion. He will hope that he will be cleared for duty. Scrum afforded. To Moratuwa, is it? Yes. Yes, it will be on account of that knock-on. Very dangerous territory here for Moratuwa. Patirana will have to do an immense job with the boot. And so he does. Gets out of danger, but barely. It's cleared their own 22.
No, you can't.
Buying precious time, precious distance for Moratuwa.
Moratuwa now under pressure once again, having just lost that initial spark with which they started the second half. Of course, props to University of Kelaniya to making sure they suffocate any sort of attacking threat from Moratuwa.
Not 10 meters.
And not 10 meters is the call from the referee.
You are not 10 meters.
Moratuwa given a bit of a lifeline here.
Yes, indeed. Of course, drawing level with a 14-point deficit. Not at all an easy task here for Moratuwa, but nonetheless they will be looking to play this out and play some competitive rugby, but unfortunately giving Kelaniya all the time in the world to collect that one and make a run. He'll have to dig deep for that one. Pereira asking his wingers to give chase.
He knows the importance of not playing in their half, especially so late into the game when both teams will be prone to mistakes. Moratuwa almost finding themselves isolated. Does well to recover.
No hands, blue, release it. Blue, no.
Here's Moratuwa now with a little chip that goes nowhere. Pereira skipping past one, skipping past another. Goes into contact as he comes in with the third.
No.
Passing to Vijay Surya with a good carry once again. Unable to bring that man down. It's the loose head prop, Imal Sharukshan. And here's Kelaniya now with an opportunity to run it down the wing, but he's been bundled out of touch there. Bundled into touch rather by the Moratuwa defense.
Yeah, important defensive effort there from Moratuwa. Will this be too little too late
10 meters, I want blue.
for
I want 10
Moratuwa?
meters back, okay?
Logic dictates yes, but things can appear from thin air.
Okay.
Quick throw in for Moratuwa. Little miscommunication there between the forwards. Good build-up phase here. Certainly they cannot afford any handling errors. Moratuwa, they will look to play for pride and get one more on the board. Good run here. Just oh, that was good. Blooding in the new number 29.
Captain. Option tira. Metane penalty attina, atra penalty attina. Metane. Camp then change.
2 penalties conceded by the University of Kelaniya.
High tackle. Number 8.
According to the referee for high tackle. by the number 8. So that will be something that teams will be focusing on moving into the next phase, moving into the semi-finals. We've seen plenty of handling errors, plenty of disciplinary issues as well,
Time off.
marring the game. The two teams playing tomorrow will also keep in mind that they have to minimize the mistakes as less as possible. If they do keep their composure, do keep their calm, they will already have started the game off on the right foot.
Time on. Last play.
Last play of the game is the call by the referee. University of Moratuwa will be looking to finish it off with a score here, and it's a maul. They are charging forward, making some good headway, but this time pushed back by Kelaniya. Number 20 still going on for Moratuwa, making some headway.
Yeah, going into full time, Kelaniya will certainly ask the question of themselves, has their defense been up to par here? Certainly Moratuwa has more than tested that defensive line. Moratuwa just a couple of meters away here from now. Moral suasion, playing for heart, playing for their badge. They will look to make that scoreline a lot tighter than it would have reflected. Precious minutes here, ticking away from both sides. Can Moratuwa finish the job here? Oh dear. Handling errors, but nonetheless maintaining position, but losing out on a lot of meters. Yes, that will be play on. Kelaniya with the ball in hand,
Looking to run it down once again there. Kelaniya will also look to finish with the flourish here. Sakit Pereira just losing his footing, gets himself back on the ground again and will put it down the ground.
not a bad option there. That move will cost Moratuwa a lot of ground, but now regaining it in quick time. Playing once more in Kelaniya's backyard.
And a good counter-ruck from the University of Kelaniya, and that will be the game. 24 points to 10. University of Kelaniya emerging victorious in this quarter-final, and they will move on to the semis.
Indeed, and deservedly so. They were clearly, for many passages of the game, the better side, and they will go into the pavilion at the University of Colombo victorious and happy. But certainly questions to be asked before they go into the semi-final fixture. For example, their defense, which was tested by a valiant effort from the University of Moratuwa. They looked a point scoring threat during multiple phases of the game, but unfortunately unable to keep a composed head on their shoulders. But nevertheless, it will be full time as rain falls over Tumulla here in Colombo. And
the Kelaniya pack as well putting in quite a shift here.
Indeed, and not just with their physicality either, Bilal. We saw on a couple of occasions those big forwards really doing the backline's work for them, which is something you love to see. These are the highlights from that second half. The big forwards for Kelaniya putting their hand up and doing an immense job to extend that lead, and Moratuwa making advantage of Kelaniya's spotty defense, especially down that wing. If they had done this a bit more, this would have been a tighter game. Vijay Surya and Hasim Din coming in clutch to score the final try for Kelaniya, and as they take a bow in front of their supporters, this will be full-time confirmation for you folks. 24-10, Kelaniya the victor. Moratuwa will rue their chances. And as for Kelaniya, it's off to the semi-final of the Dialogue Inter-University Rugby Championship 2026.
Yeah, the key stats of this match: Kelaniya scoring 24 points, 3 tries, 2 conversions. Moratuwa only being able to strike back with 2 of their own and unable to convert any. They'll be quite disappointed. They had their whole season leading up to this game, and they'll be out in the quarterfinals, Moratuwa. However, quite a formidable performance put here by Kelaniya, and Kelaniya will be looking to strike back in this Inter-University Rugby Championship after losing out in the semis last year.
Indeed, and with that, as the rains pick up over the University of Colombo grounds, this is Avin and Bilal along with the Papare production and technical crew signing off for the evening. It has been a true pleasure. Stay with us and stay tuned for further action from across the country as we bring to you more sports action. Have yourself a very good evening.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, the Papare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
This is Sri Lankaවේ අංක එක ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව the Papare සමග.
Welcome back to the Papare.
Welcome to the live broadcast on the Papare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.